It's Professor Shoemaker here, and this is video 3.1 from Unit 3, and we're going to look at the where clause on the select statement. Now, the select statement is used to get data or rows out of a table, and the where clause is used to filter them. If we have a select statement like this one here that just says select, first name, last name, date of birth, sex, email, scholarship from student. If we run this script right now, then I'm going to get back 100 rows. It's every single row in the table. And that's because I didn't put any information in the select statement about how to filter rows. The way you do that is by adding a where clause. And I'm just going to paste this in. Here we are looking for students whose where clause says I want scholarships of 0. That is students who have no scholarships, students without scholarships. Now, if I run this one, spell it right, if I run this, starting over, that is students without scholarship. So if I run this select statement right now, I will only get students where the scholarship is 0. So we have filtered rows off of it, and now we've gotten, maybe 15 rows, something like that. It is not unusual for select statements to have where clauses because most of the time you don't want to dump out all the rows in a table, especially if the table's big and has, say, 1,000,000 rows. You wouldn't normally dump that out. Now, this where clause uses a numeric field, scholarship, which is meant to hold dollars, and filters on that. I could say something like this, show me scholarships that are greater than 0. Now, this would show me every student who has some scholarships. So let's run that. And you can see that now we get a lot of rows out because most of the students in this database have scholarships of one kind or another. So you can use the normal comparison operators, greater than, less than, equal to, not equal, and so on to do filtering. Let's look at the next one. Here we filter on a text field. Sex holds characters in it, either the word female or male. And when we filter on this, now we'll see just the women in the database, in the student table. And it filters just on that field. So the way you filter on a text field or a character field is you simply take the value you want to filter on and put it inside single quotes like that, and then it will filter. Now, the other kind of data type, we have a number here, we have a character here. The other type of data that you need to filter on sometimes is a date field. So date of birth. Here we put the date in the form of year, month, day, inside single quotes, and this will filter on everyone born after, on or after January 1st of 1990. So when we run this one, everyone's birth date will be sometime 1990 or afterward. And we said greater than or equal to in order to pick up anybody who happened to be born on the 1st of January in 1990. So those are the three basic kinds of comparisons that you might do in a where clause: a numeric comparison to a number, a character string, or a date. And then finally, there is one other kind of filtering that can be interesting in, let's take a look at this one. That is filtering on null. Let's just get rid of this where clause right now and just list out all students and have a look at what their major IDs are like over here. Well, here's a student who's majoring in department number 3 or major number 6 and so on. But look, some students haven't declared a major. So the field in their major IDs is not 0. It's simply missing. And the way we represent a missing value in MySQL is to call the field null. You can filter on a null field, for example, to answer the questions students without a major. So we add a where clause here, where major ID, and then we don't say equal sign, we say is null, like that. Notice that the is and the null words are keywords. They got translated to the cyan color. So let's run that. Now we get a list of all students who have no major, where the major ID is null, where the value is missing from the field. And that's perfectly okay. The way we defined this table said that if a person doesn't have a major, we'll just leave the major ID null, meaning there isn't any. It's simply missing. So those are the ways of filtering records or rows out of a table to limit the number of rows that are a part of the result from a select state.